Ladies and gentlemen, there is no way to get ready for this. The largest crypto exchange in the world, Coinbase, is going insane. News has leaked verifying that Coinbase is beginning to push the price of XRP Ripple to unreasonable levels. Furthermore, word has it that the CEO of Coinbase himself is secretly purchasing millions of coins. Pretty amazing, no? Experts claim that this month, XRP might cost more than $2,000. We cannot overlook such a positive indication. Without more delay, let us get directly to the point. Disclaimers. XRP is quietly preparing the ground for maybe one of the most notable comebacks in the crypto world. Years of legal conflicts and regulatory uncertainty have given way to a strong change coming directly from the core of US finance. Coinbase Institutional said lately that it had self-certified XRP futures by filing with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC. Especially if you're paying attention to the deeper signals, the action, which may appear like just another product launch, could really be a turning point for the asset. Coinbase said, the XRP futures product is anticipated to go live on April 21st. Under the symbol XRL, each contract will represent 10,000 XRP tokens, making it a monthly cash-settled contract. Each futures contract will be worth about $20,000 at Ripple coin price of about $2 per XRP. Safety policies are in place to stop trading if XRP's spot price changes more than 10% within an hour. The contracts will be tradable for the current month and 2 months ahead. That might seem like a technical update, but what it really means is institutional validation. The SEC action against Ripple has caused XRP to be sidelined by the largest platforms in the sector for years. But now, with the legal fog lifting, Coinbase is not only listing XRP again, but going a step further, creating a product especially for institutions to get controlled exposure. That's significant. This is the same Coinbase that removed XRP from its list in 2021. Nowadays, they're developing financial tools based on it. That is a complete 180. It also shows confidence not only in the asset's legality, but also in its possibility. Curiously, word has spread in cryptocurrency circles that Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, could personally own millions of XRP tokens. Although nothing has been verified, the speculation is consistent enough to have drawn notice. Should Armstrong really own a major interest in XRP, it would account for the abrupt change in approach. It would also imply that one of crypto's most powerful CEOs has skin in the game and maybe a long-term vision for Ripple's part in the future of digital finance. Still, XRP derivative markets are indicating doubt in spite of all this. Funding rates have turned negative, indicating that traders betting against XRP are ready to pay a premium to keep their short positions. This clearly shows that negative mood is still prevalent, at least for the near future. But often, such kind of arrangement comes before great turnarounds. When too many are on one side of the trade, it only takes a small spark to set off a cascade in the opposite direction. What greater spark than a US-regulated futures product going live on the biggest American crypto exchange? Although Bitnomial was technically the first to launch CFTC-approved XRP futures, Coinbase's reach and brand recognition place it in a totally different league. This is not a fringe item for niche investors. This is an invitation for hedge funds, family offices, and other institutional players to re-engage with XRP, but this time in a compliant and organized manner. All things considered, Coinbase's action could be more about signaling to Washington, Wall Street, and the whole digital asset market than about serving retail. XRP is back in play should institutional demand start to rise, driven by speculation of insider holdings, possible regulatory clarity, and new financial instruments. XRP's price movement may start to reflect a story that has been quietly reconstructing behind the scenes. Coinbase is not only including XRP futures, they are setting the groundwork for a larger XRP narrative, one that possibly, just maybe, has a huge breakout waiting to happen, one that includes Wall Street capital, mainstream exposure, and perhaps more. Insane, correct? Coming directly from Coinbase, this could be the most optimistic indicator for XRP all year, but it goes beyond that. Experts are not holding back. The crypto sector is alive with activity. They've made some really audacious forecasts about where XRP is going next. Believe me, some of them will astound you. You will want to hear this. The XRP community is therefore active, and for good cause. From Coinbase's institutional acceptance to jaw-dropping price forecasts inundating social media, the story around Ripple's native token is changing from caution to pure unfiltered hope. And if you've been paying attention, it's obvious that something significant could be developing. Coinbase's decision to start controlled XRP futures has already sparked interest, but now it's the feeling developing outside conventional finance circles that is drawing attention. Digital currency predictions that seem right out of a sci-fi book have set Twitter ablaze, but the excitement is not totally unfounded if you look closer. Years of repressed momentum, great use case potential, and the growing awareness that XRP might be quite important for the next evolution of worldwide payments all underpin it. Buffett recently tweeted something that put the XRP community on high alert. When you've been in the red on portfolios for a long time, and then Trump finally starts reconciling with the whole world, and you see XRP hitting $50, whether intended as satire or foresight, the message struck a chord with people who thought geopolitical changes could drive XRP into a new era of relevance, particularly if Ripple becomes a major player in 2018 worldwide finance as it looks to replace or augment SWIFT. XRP Vanguard was even more direct, boldly tweeting, "XRP is going to $28, a claim repeated by other longtime believers. The actual commotion, however, came from well-known person Jack the Rippler told his listeners. A few months ago, David Schwartz published this graph. Get ready for a significant XRP breakout to $100. Ripple's CTO, Schwartz has always been strategic with his posts. The community has been analyzing every clue, therefore. Then there is Steph, who was not holding back. XRP rode up to $2,000. That is the sort of forecast that seems absurd, until you think about the long-term possibility if XRP really turns into the liquidity bridge for cross-border payments worldwide. XRP Dragon, he is reaffirming his conviction that 2025 will see XRP reach double digits. Indeed, in one tweet he forecasted, most of the individuals will sell at $10. $10,000 is what I'm here for. To those who doubt, it might seem like wishful thinking, but to XRP holders who have survived market cycles, exchange delistings, and regulatory fights, it feels like a long overdue breakout is within reach. Let's discuss now one of the most audacious predictions. When Remy Relief, an XRP community commentator, said XRP could hit $1,200 by year's end, he sparked significant controversy. From present levels, that would be a 56,000% increase. He supports it with a strong viewpoint. Prices we never thought before might result if XRP catches even a little portion of SWIFT's yearly worldwide transaction volume. It aligns with previous research by CryptoTank, who last year suggested that a 10% share of SWIFT's daily volume could send XRP to $100. Respected industry voice Alex Caraco has labeled these high goals unrealistic, but he also acknowledges the possibility of unexpected catalysts in a market driven by adoption, liquidity, and narratives, as well as stories. The truth is, while public opinion, market positioning, and institutional involvement have changed, XRP's fundamentals have not. Among the quickest and most effective blockchain systems, the XRP ledger remains. Ripple is still creating worldwide alliances, with Coinbase, Bitnomial, and other significant players now bringing controlled XRP futures. The instruments for large money to enter the market are finally being set down. Still, let's explore the fresh Ripple alliances, since this is where it becomes quite fascinating. Ripple already has the ability to rule the planet, but you would be shocked at how much the stakes have risen. This most recent event might alter everything, and is yet another optimistic sign not to be ignored. Ripple's most recent action is causing ripples throughout the cryptocurrency universe. Obviously, the institutional drive is picking up significant momentum, particularly for the Asian market. The establishment of the Hashkey XRP Tracker Fund by Hashkey Capital is revolutionary. Designed to monitor XRP performance without investors having to directly own the digital asset, this fund